Hello people, this is Keith and Modesto doing my Let's Play Minecraft series using Feed the Beast and Direwolf 20's mod pack. I'm here in my mining age, and I thought I'd show off a little bit of the progress I've made here making a mining machine using the design that Direwolf 20 came up with in his about midway through his current Let's Play series, season 5 maybe. Anyway, the idea is that you have a bank of turtles here. Of course, I've only got one going so far because I'm just getting things worked out. But anyway, you have a bank of turtles that deploys a mining well, like the one right here in the first slot of the turtle. And then the mining well is powered by, at this point, right now I'm using a redstone energy cell, but it won't be that in the end. I don't think. Maybe it could be. No, it can't be. That would be silly. Anyway, so you have the turtle. It deploys the mining well. The mining well sends its pipes down anyway, and mines all the way down. The whole bank of them will eventually, and then and all the stuff that the mining well excavates gets dumped into the turtle, into its inventory. Then the inventory gets dumped into. In my case, it's a relay. He just used ender chests, the whole bank of ender chests below the turtles. But I'm going to use relays because I already have 10 relays, which means I only need to make 6 more. And I got a bunch of tubes already. So I have this relay here. The turtle's mines. The turtle deploys the mining well. The mining well mines, dumps all the stuff it excavates into the turtle because it's an inventory. It counts as inventory, and it's going to be, and it sits right next to the mining well. I'm going to show this in action in a minute. Anyway, then the turtle dumps everything into the relay, and that's, of course, ejects automatically into the tubes. Right here, you see, I've got all these frames. My platform here is made out of frames, but this front row are actually tube frames. That's tubes. That's frames with tubes incorporated into them. And then there's an ender chest right here that's the same, and those are the same colors. I guess it's actually this way: blue, white, and yellow. That is the color combination for the ender chests that are connected to my applied energistics network back at my base. So anything that goes into this ender chest automatically gets pulled out and thrown into my whole collection system, where any ores will automatically be processed. Oops. And then of course, and then once you do all that and everything is cleared out, the turtle breaks the mining well that's in front of it because it has, excuse me while my cursor freaks out, it has a pickaxe, of course, so it can pick up the mining well, and then you can move your whole platform forward and do it all over again. Okay, so what I have so far is I've gotten things set up so that with my, whoops, I hate that. So my framing, my frame motors here will move the platform forward. And let me show you this. I got a computer here to control it. So we've got a program called Move Forward, and I guess I could show you this. Move Forward, because it's really simple. Okay, so I got some comments here to remind myself of what this thing does. So you set the redstone output on the back. See, as I say in the comments, the back moves the platform forward, and then the redstone signal to the right just moves the first frame motor forward, because this is an inchworm drive, right? I talked about this in the previous episode. Anyway, so redstone set output back to true, then sleep 5 seconds, then send it back to false, because you just want a pulse, right? So that moves the whole whole platform forward 1 block. So then we sleep for a second to make sure that everything is done with that. And then we set the redstone output on the right to true, wait half a second, and then set it to false, so we get a redstone pulse going to the other frame motor, which just moves the first frame motor back into the proper position so that it can move the whole platform again. And that is it. That's the whole program, right? So here's the back of the computer's right here. That goes to this frame motor, and then the right, that's the right of the computer, hooked up to this frame motor. And also we've got a battery here with a solar cell sitting next to it. Okay, So we've got a battery here with a solar cell from Red Power 2, right? So that's powering them for these frame motors because they have to have electricity power. Anyway, so let's go ahead and give this a try. So I type in move forward. Actually, let me do something else first. I had this in before, but I took it out. It just makes things a little easier if I'm demonstrating things to have the thing sleep for say 2 seconds, so that I can be sure that I'm set up so I can show you what it's doing easily. Okay, so exit now. Can I do that? No, I can't do that. Okay, so move forward. There, see, we're moving. There you go. Now, of course, since we're way up high, we're up high here, by the way, so that I make sure to make sure this platform clears any trees. Don't want to run into a tree. It appears that this whole thing is flat, though, except for things, little hills like that. That's a hill dungeon. Anyway, so that's working, right? And then I wrote a little program on the turtle here called test. Whoops. I did not mean to do that. I meant to do this. List. Okay, edit test. Okay, so we're going to do test. So, it's going to sleep for 3 seconds, and that's so I can, see what it does. Then it places what's in slot 1. Slot 1 is what's always selected when you begin. It ends with selecting slot. Well, let me just go down. So, turtle place is going to place the mining well in front of it. Then it's going to sleep for 15 seconds. Then it's going to select... it's going to select the slots from 1 through 16 and drop everything that's in them down, which will put them into the relay. Then it ends by, after going through that for loop, the turtle will select slot 1 again, so it's right here on slot 1. And then we do a turtle.dig, which will retrieve the mining well, and that's it. When it places the mining well, because of the way this energy conduit and this red cellar are sitting here, do I have this? Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's what I want. Okay, so when it places the mining well, it's let me turn on my thing. Okay, so when it places the mining well, it's automatically going to hook up to the energy conduit and get powered. Now let's go down here real quick and see what's. Did I get? I want to see if I moved it forward one or not before. Okay, so I go straight up. Yeah, I need to go forward 1. Okay, so let's give this a wait. I told it to go forward 1, didn't I? Didn't I? Well, let's go 1 more and see, just to be sure. Move forward. There we go. Now, if I come over here, and I guess we should do it from this side. And let's go out here. You go rather quickly when you go more quickly when you're got the Z mode on. I don't know why that is. I find this a rather... Okay, so all I have to do, I gotta exit out of that. And if I type in test, it's gonna take a moment, it's gonna wait a moment, and then it places the mining well. You see, that went down rather quickly. And this is gonna take a moment, but pretty soon there's gonna be stuff showing up in this relay. There we go. That's stuff coming out of, actually that's stuff the turtle's dropping. Whoops, and you saw it just dug the mining well back, so everything should be ready for the next iteration, right? Everything went. Let's do it one more time. Move forward. And this time I'm gonna sit right here so you can see things coming out of going into the tubes. It's already filling up. We should see things disappearing pretty soon. There we go. Now, see it going, it's being ejected out of the relay, going into the tubes, and that was it. And let me just make sure everything got dumped out. Yes. So, and of course it's already out. It went to the, all of that stuff went into this inner chest and it's already been pulled out. And as being processed by the sorting, the applied energetic system back at my base. So the next step. The next step is to get this computer here to tell the turtle to do what it just did. Instead of me typing in test manually, I want the computer to say go, which I will be doing by using this modem right here. In fact, I need to stick a modem on this computer. I haven't done that yet. But anyway, so I'll be using RedNet. I think it's called RedNet commands. I've never done anything with that, but so I will be looking at the Computercraft Wiki to figure all that out. So I'll get that working, and once that's working, then I will make 15 more wireless mining turtles and 6 more relays, because I already have 10 of them, including this one, so I only need 6 more relays, and put them all in the right spots, and then I will redo this. This is temporary, of course. This wouldn't, this would be in the way it is now if I had all 16 turtles and 16 relays here. So I have to redo this, the way this energy conduit is wired, and instead of using a redstone energy cell, I'll be using 1 or 2, I guess probably just go ahead and go with 2 energy tesseracts, which I haven't made before, but I got everything I need for making them. I already have the stuff set up to make liquid what are they called? Ender pearls. Yeah, and energy tesseracts, item tesseracts and stuff use liquid ender pearls, and I already have the stuff to make that. I mean, I already have liquid ender pearls all ready to go. So and then it should be working anyway. So that is what I'm going to show. I guess I will go ahead and work on the RedNet thing, and then once that's working, where I have this thing, the computer commanding the turtle, so I have it kind of all in one package, right? I tell it to move forward, do the mining, and then that'll be a cycle, right? That I will show that, and then I will set up all the other turtles and relays and stuff, and redo the energy wiring with the tesseracts, and then I will show that, and that will be the episode. Anyway, so I will be right back. All right, people, I'm back. I have completed the next phase in this build, which is to control the moving of the platform and the deployment of the mining well, and then the retrieving of the mining well by the turtle, as well as it's dumping everything into the relay from this computer here as kind of a central command unit using RedNet. Okay, so I've got a program over here. Actually, I'm just still using the test program. We want to edit it, right, so I can show you the code. Eventually, I'll rename these things. I wrote some comments here on the top. Okay, so now we start off by opening up RedNet on the right, because that's where the modem is, and then we make sure the first slot is selected, and then we go into a while loop, an infinite while loop, while true do, which starts off by, well, the first statement here is just to wait for a signal on RedNet. When you do this rednet.receive, at least my understanding is this is the way it works from reading the API documentation in the wiki, is when it executes this rednet command .receive without anything in the parentheses here, you can, if you put in a number like 1, 2, 3, that tells it how many seconds to wait. It waits a certain number of seconds to receive a message. If it receives the message, then it fills up these variables, ID and message, with the signals. There's this ID message equals. It looks kind of strange, but anyway, if a message is received, it sends 2 pieces of information in the message. I mean, first there's the ID of the computer that sent the message, and then the message itself, right? So you can test the ID and you can test the message. Anyway, so it waits a number of seconds, and if those number of seconds go by, it expires, then it stops receiving and just goes on to the next statement. Anyway, So without any numbers, it just sits there forever. It'll just wait forever for a message to be received without going on to the next statement. Anyway, so once the message is received, we do this if statement here. If the ID equals 19, because the command, the central computer over there to the left, is got an ID of 19, and the message is going to send is go, right? Once that happens, then the turtle is going to do. This is just what this program did before, was to place the mining well, sleep, then cycle through. It sleeps while that sleep 15. That's the time. That's the amount of time to make sure the mining well finishes mining. So the mining well is mining while the turtle is sleeping. Then the turtle goes through its inventory and drops everything into the relay below it. And then after that's done, we make sure that the first slide is selected again, and then we dig to retrieve the mining well. And then we end that if statement, and then we sleep, and then we go, and then we end the while loop, which means that the while loop goes back to the top, since it's while true do, that's infinite. So it'll just keep on doing this, which means after it's completed all of that, it'll sit and wait for another message from the central computer. Okay, so that's the program that's on the turtle. Now over here we have this, let's see, if I type in ID, it'll tell me that this computer is number 19 and that it is labeled controller. You can label computers and turtles, by the way. Someone pointed this out to me in a comment a while ago in one of my earlier episodes. Something that I had noticed in some other video, probably by Direwolf, but anyway, that you could label a computer or a turtle, which is really nice because it means if you break and pick up the turtle or the computer, you don't lose all of the programs that are on it. When I first read through the turtle wiki page, it didn't say, I don't remember it saying anything about labeling. So I'm guessing that this is some kind of new feature, although I don't know how new. I don't know when it was added in, because I don't remember there being labels before. I do remember reading about being careful about breaking your computer without having saved any programs you want to a disk. Anyway, you can label your computers and your turtles, which is really good. So this is computer 19. So we've got a program called mine. So let's edit that to show you what it does. So it first we set the redstone. We make sure that the redstone output on the back and the right are false. So those are off. We want those to be off. And then we got this, I defined a local function. This is just the function. This is just the same as that little program that moves the platform forward. So we have a local function to do that. Then we do rednet open on left because the modem is on the left on the computer. Then we go into an infinite while loop while true do, and we check for a redstone signal on the front. If you look on the right in front of the computer, I placed a lever. Right. So when you turn the lever on, it will put out a redstone signal. When that is on, that is here, I said I check it for true. That's just to make this test explicit. If I could take out equals true and it would still work, because the function call redstone.getInputFront will return either true or false, and the if statement will kind of automatically execute if it returns. If you put if true, then it'll execute, right? So, but I just put it in there to make it clear and explicit when I'm reading it. I just like to make things really simple, right? Because if you come back to this days or weeks later, if you don't make things clear with nice clear variable names and comments and stuff like this, then and if you happen to do something complicated, it'd take you a while to figure out what you were doing, even though you wrote it yourself. Anyway, that's just kind of my philosophy of coding, is to make things clear and easy. Anyway, so if it is true, then we're going to move forward, sleep, then broadcast go. See that? Rednet.broadcast go. That will tell any turtles nearby that have their rednet things open that it'll send them the message go, and if they're running the program that other turtle has, it will receive that and do its thing, right? Then after that, we sleep for a second. I just put that in there to make sure we don't have things happening all at once, and make sure the program isn't trying to execute so quickly that it bogs down the game or something. Anyway, so we tell it to go, then we sleep, then the while true do ends. So, and then we sleep 3 more seconds, and then it goes back up to the true. Anyway, it'll loop again, and broadcast the signal again if the redstone signal is still on. So, which means it's really broadcasting go a lot more often than the turtles are ready to receive it. But that doesn't seem to be a problem. I don't know if it would be a problem because, you know, the turtle is sleeping for 15 seconds at one point while the mining well, is doing its thing. But anyway, let me just show you in an operation. First we got to exit out of this and type in test. All right, so the test program is running. But you don't see it doing anything because it's waiting for a broadcast, right? So I go in here, let's exit out of this, and type in mine. Now that is also running, but you don't see anything happening. That's because this lever is not turned on. But once we turn it on, you'll see everything starts moving. I fall off the platform. Excuse me. There. Okay. Let me up. Okay. Now, while I was trying to get back on the platform, the turtle already deployed the mining well and it's mining, and let's see, it's dropping everything. Everything's going into the chest. Now forget. Okay, so the it just checked again to see if actually it's doing that too often, isn't it? That could be a problem. I need to figure out the timing a little bit better. Maybe I need to have the turtle broadcast the signal itself. I probably should do that. Well, anyway, I think what I need to do, let me turn this off here. I just turned that off, and now it's going to stop running that program. You see, as long as that lever's on, it's going to keep on moving the platform forward, telling the turtle to mine, and the mine will keep on mining and everything. But this is the last cycle there. It's about to finish. It's going to take back the mining well. There, everything's done, and I can terminate this. Basically, I'm just about ready. Let me terminate this program. Okay, so basically I'm just about ready to get all the 15 other turtles and wireless mining turtles and put the whole bank of them here along the front of this platform, as well as 15 relays, 15 more relays, and then to set up the conduit correctly with some energy tesseracts. But I think I need to fill it up again. There we go. Maybe I should put some fences up or something. That might not be a bad idea, although let's not worry about it. Anyway, I think I should modify this program here on the turtle so that it will send a signal back. It'll broadcast a message back saying ready. And then this program will know, then this computer, the program in this turtle will know it can go ahead and go through another cycle. That way we won't have it trying to move the platform forward when I was wondering if it had skipped anything, but it didn't. I'm not sure exactly how that was working. I guess as long as the mining well was there, it couldn't move forward because the mining well being in front of the turtle wasn't actually touching a frame. So, which means that the frame couldn't move it. This platform couldn't move with the mining well in front of it. Which means we kind of can get away with that, but that's not very elegant. So I either need to nail the timing down, which I really can't do until I have all the turtles and relays in place, all working at once to see how long it takes them all to work, along with the energy tesseracts. Or I could set it up so that the turtles send back a message, and then this thing would have to check to make sure each turtle is ready. Done. I'll say done. I'm done, and then this one will know that it can move forward again. I might do that. Anyway, so I'm going to work on that, and then once that's all working, I will come back and show you, hopefully, the fully completed and operational mining platform. Alright, so I'll be right back. Hello people, I am back. This is Keith Modesto. It's been a few days since I started recording this episode, but I made a little change in plans. I was going to try to get everything finished and then come back and show you the final result and wrap up the episode. But although I've made a lot of progress, you can see here I've got a whole a whole bank of 16 turtles here, with the wiring all in place with what is this, energy conduit, and I've got some tesseracts up here, and I've got it running, but things aren't quite working right, or they weren't quite. They're doing better, but it wasn't. I was doing some things and it really wasn't quite working. So I kind of like rethought my design, the program side of the design, how I was controlling the turtles with the central computer here, and the way the program was working on the turtles. I kind of decided to change things up a bit, and I'm still kind of in the middle of implementing the change. So I decided I'm gonna wrap this episode up here, and then in the next episode I will show you, kind of like what point I'm at right now, and explain what I'm going to try to do, and then I will finish writing up the code. And I just thought this morning, I was thinking as I was working of about a little wrinkle, a little something to add. I think I'm going to add another turtle, but not a mining turtle, just a wireless turtle, and it'll be sitting back here somewhere. Oops, I almost fell off there or something. I'll have it sitting here somewhere, and I'm going to use it to kind of save the state of the platform, so to speak, of the whole mining machine. Like, did it just deploy all the mining wells, or did it just retrieve the mining well? Because I think it'll kind of help things, and I'll explain that. So I'm going to add that in, and I got to add in some portals, some portal frames. Is that what they're called? Right now I've got this portal up here. Usually I use my portal gun, and the reason I did that was so I could check on how the thing was mining. I can show you that real quick. See, the mining machine is way up there. This is the bottom. You see we got the what is this called? I know what that's called. The bottom of the world, whatever that's called. I'll think of it in a minute. Anyway, you can see this is I'm sitting on layer 1. So apparently this world got some kind of attribute that tells it to make the bedrock. That's what it's called. The bedrock totally flat. Anyway, so here's the bottom, and it takes about a minute, almost, not quite, but almost a minute for it to reach the bottom, which is longer than I thought it would be. But I think one reason is, if you see I'm at 1 right here, if I fly to the top, it's going to take a while. Now you see we're already up, but we're already up over 100. Oh, we got some monsters. So the ground is at 153. Which is higher than normal. So I guess it's because this is an extreme hills biome, or is this a hills biome? Anyway, this is it's either an extreme hills. I think I did both checkerboard between extreme hills biome and extreme hills edge biome, which means I guess the average height is taller, excuse me. But then it got some kind of attribute that made it all flat. So there's a lot more. And of course I'm a little high. I made this thing high in order to make sure I never got caught in some trees, right? I could lower it down a little bit, but because I think it's a little higher than it needs to be. But there's just a lot of stone and dirt for it to chew through, because the ground is so higher than it normally is. So there's kind of a weird visual thing going on there. Why is it doing that? Anyway, so there's a number of things I need to do. So I'm going to wrap things up here, and we will finish this build in the next episode. And so thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.